Are you tired of those old, boring stock taillights on your F-150 or Raptor? Well, here at Morimoto Lighting, we have the solution for you, and it's the new Gen 2 XP LED taillights. But before we get into the install, let's tell you what these things are all about. The XP taillights are compatible with all 5 versions of your OEM tails. They are also in a smoked or red lens version. They are complete LED housings that are full plug and play. If your truck does use the Bliss module, all you have to do is swap it over from your original taillight, but in just a second, I'll show you exactly how to do that. The taillights feature 2 optical light pipes on the top and bottom. It illuminates in a very smooth fashion, just like your OE LED taillights. Once you turn your turn signal on, the 3D light guide optics brightly illuminates red. This also functions as your brake lights. The reverse light surface area is larger than your original tails, giving you an extra punch of light when going in reverse. And if that's not enough, on the back side of your new taillights, we include an adapter harness for the Morimoto XP backup light boost bar. With the boost bar installed, you'll have an insane amount of light coming out of the back of your vehicle to keep you safer while backing up. With it being very affordable and such an easy install, it makes the boost bar upgrade a no-brainer. Now for this install, these are the tools that you'll be using. A T20 Torx bit, Phillips screwdriver, 7mm socket, 8mm socket, an extension, a ratchet of your choice, and a drill and a 5/16 drill bit. Now that you know all about the amazing features packed into these taillights, let's get straight into the install. First things first, go ahead and drop your tailgate. Now working on the driver's side taillight first, we're gonna go ahead and use a ratchet and an 8mm socket. There are 2 bolts on the very side of your taillight holding it in place. Now all you gotta do is just pull the taillight towards you, just like so, and just disconnect the 1 connector on the back side of it. Now with your taillight disconnected, before setting it aside, we need to go ahead and transfer your Bliss module over to your new XP taillight. First things first, go ahead and remove these 4 bolts holding your Bliss module in place. In doing so, you'll use a 7mm socket and also a ratchet. Now with all those out, go ahead and just gently pull on this bracket piece, revealing your Bliss module inside of it. You can go ahead and unplug it just to give yourself more room. Now on the bottom of your Bliss module, there'll be 2 T20 screws right here. Go ahead and just take those out. Now with those screws out, you can just gently pull up on your module, releasing it from the OEM bracket. Now go ahead and grab your new XP taillight. It doesn't matter if it's the red version or the smoked version. As you can tell on the very back side of this, it has a resistor. This is for the halogen style trucks. In our case, we're gonna be using a LED truck, so we don't need this resistor. Go ahead and take a Phillips screwdriver and just take this off. All you have to do is remove these 4 bolts right here and you're good to go. Now with those out, just go ahead and gently pull on this, releasing it from the housing. Now go ahead and grab your Bliss module and go ahead and plug it in. Now with it plugged in, go ahead and just line it up to the bracket, just like so. And then using those 2 OEM screws, just tighten it back down. Now with the Bliss module properly installed and connected, go ahead and just place it back into your housing and tighten it back down with those 4 screws. Also guys, keep in mind when tightening these back down, use hand tools due to the fact that you are working with plastic. Now with everything tightened back down, it's time to install your new XP taillight. Now with this being an OEM LED truck, it only has 1 connector, making it fully plug and play. Now if you have the other different models, of course, it will have all the connectors for your vehicle, so you're good to go. Now if you don't have the OEM LED taillights, it's okay. In your kit, it will come with all the adapter harnesses available for your vehicle. Now with the taillight in place, go ahead and take those 2 OEM screws and tighten it back down. Now with the driver taillight in place, let's go ahead and move over to the passenger taillight so I can show you guys how to properly install your Morimoto backup light boost bar as well. Now just like your driver's side taillight, go ahead and remove the 2 8mm bolts on your taillight. Now with those out, go ahead and just gently pull on it. Now go ahead and just disconnect it, and then go ahead and transfer your Bliss module. Now with everything installed in your passenger taillight, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this little pigtail right here. This is actually where you connect your Morimoto backup light boost bar. With that being said, let's go ahead and show you exactly how to install that and how easy it is to install it to your new XB taillights. Now you're probably wondering, what is the Morimoto backup light boost bar? It's essentially a light bar for your license plate. Let me go ahead and show you how to install it. First things first, go ahead and remove your license plate. There's two 8mm bolts right here. Now with that out, go ahead and grab your boost bar. So in the kit, it will come with a plug and play that you can literally plug it up to your XB taillight, or there's an adapter harness that has a power and ground so you can tap into your reverse light wiring on any vehicle you would like. Now just go ahead and take your boost bar and line it up to those two holes just like so. Now before fully installing this, we need to mock up the hole right here where your wiring will be passed through your bumper going up to your passenger taillight. A good note, what you can do is just take your OEM bolts and put them in place but not tighten them down all the way. Just knowing the boost bar is exactly where it needs to be. Now we're just going to mark where the hole is going to be so we can pass the wire through up to the passenger taillight. Just go ahead and take the marker now and just locate where that wire is at and just press down, just like so. Just go ahead and remove the two bolts that are holding the boost bar in place and then drill your hole just right here. Now when drilling your hole, use a 5/16 drill bit just like this one. Now with the hole made, go ahead and just pass your wire through and up to the taillight. Also guys, on your harness, there is a small grommet. That way you can put it through the hole, making sure it's nice and secured as well. Now with the wiring in place, go ahead and just take your license plate and bolt it back on. Now with the boost bar in place, let's go ahead and install the passenger taillight and you're good to go. Now with the excess wiring of your boost bar, you can go ahead and just zip tie this up to any of the other wiring inside your taillight. That way it doesn't interfere with anything later on. Now, like we talked about before, there's that pigtail on the very back side of your XB taillight. Go ahead and just take your boost bar harness and connect it just like so. Plug in your OEM connector, and like I said before, make sure that there's no interference with this wiring. Now with everything connected, just push it in place. And just like that, guys, you've updated the taillights and also reverse lighting on your 15 to 2020 F-150 in Raptor. If you want to find out what other products we have for your F-150, make sure to go head over to Morimoto Lighting and you just put your year, make, and model and check out what all other products we have for you. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.